lot of you probably don't know this, and I think it's a genius move. Chevrolet has come out with a program they call Chevrolet Vintage.
I read about this too.
And I think it's a genius move. So what it is where you can, if you have an older classic Chevrolet, you can get a factory level restoration. Like it just came off the showroom floor, brand new car, or Restomod if you choose.
Right.
Right now, it's not available in the United States. It's only available in Brazil. I think they're trying to test it out in a certain market to see how well it does. I personally think it's a genius move simply because car prices, as you know, we've talked about, have gone through the roof. Car reliability went skyrocketing as far as like unreliability has skyrocketed along with the price. So they're more expensive to buy and they're more expensive to repair, and you got to repair them far more often. So if you have an old car like that lady does and you love it, why not spend the money to keep your old car on the road versus spending $100,000 on something that's going to be in the shop for 10 times in the first 2 years of its life? I think it's a genius idea.
I want to know what they're doing for warranties. I want to know what kind of overall cost. What are they putting on the labor rate to bring a car in? Do they have the facilities? I mean, this is a lot. Now, yes, GM has employees. They have engineers. They have everything. I mean, they can put a 6.2, a 6. They can do a 5. They can, mix and match. The products are endless to their demand of what they want to do and everything else. At what cost is a restoration going to get done? We're just about done with this MGA, and it's going to be a fun little show. But we're not upside down on the car. What Dolphin Auto and Collision does is we do it actually pretty affordable for the most part. Most people would tell you that if you go in to do a restoration, you're going to be upside down on the worth of the vehicle, almost guaranteed. Yep. This is why we do the whole thing about, is it cheaper to buy it built?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know that dealerships' labor are through the roof, 180, 240 in that ballpark for labor rate. What are they going to charge to custom build? This is fixing stuff that they've already built and whatever, and engineered and everything. Now you're coming in with your ideas that you want to do. Is it all going to be only their headers?
I don't know. The resto mod side of the house, I think, can get very pricey.
Yeah.
If you're looking to do a factory restoration, like it was when it was new, I think that's going to be on the more affordable side because that's parts they already have.
Yeah, but are they going to buy?
They've made for years.
No, but are they going to put a roll cage in for you? Do they have that technology? Are they going to be there for that? Or are they going to sub that stuff out? Is there limitations on how far they can go? Are they going to do mini tubs?
I'm sure they do have a limitation on it.
Yeah.
They're not going to build a race car.
Well, I think that their test market's going to learn a lot about it. I'm interested to follow it and see where it goes.
When I say Restomod, I mean to the point where you get digital gauges versus analog gauges. Yep. If it had a 4-speed and you want an automatic, an 8-speed automatic, right? I want the new LS versus the old 327, whatever it was, 305.
Yeah, no, all of that.
So I think that's what they mean by Restomod. I don't think they mean like we're going to turn this into a race car,
right?
Restomod.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what goes from this. I'm not a fan of this. Well, because I'm in a business and they're trying to take my business.
Well,
I'm right out the gate, right there. Let's talk about, another competitor who's got a huge leg over me. They're nationwide. They're huge. Their name is synonymous for 100 years.
Yeah. But I think there's enough love to go around.
Yeah, I believe that. When this guy Ian came in from down south, Delray Beach, and money and all this, and he bought the old Route 1 Motorsports building right a mile and a half up the road from me. He came by. He saw the cars out front and everything. This is probably 6 years ago. He says, "Hey, man, my name's Ian. Good to meet you. I just bought that building, and now I feel like I'm kind of stepping on your toes moving in this area." I'm like, "Why? What are you going to do with that place?" He's like, "Oh, we're doing a lot of we do restorations. We do all this and a lot of custom builds." I said, "Well, who's your customer? Because you're moving in from Delray. You're shipping the cars up here for customers there." He said, "No, we're pretty much internet bound." I said, what is your restoration? What do you build? He's saying, 50 to 80, maybe 100, 110. That's where about the range that we're building these on. I said, "You're not my competitor." I'm doing for people right here, and I'm doing 30 to 50 to 60,000. I did one at 68, one at 42. So we're not in the same ballpark.
And I think it's going to be the same way with the Chevrolet Vintage Chevy Vintage is what I think it's called. Because I wouldn't be a customer with Pearl through Chevy Vintage, because I've already done so much. I just need odds and ends here and there.
Right.
So I would go to somebody like you. I would not send that all the way to Chevy to get all that kind of stuff.
Well, will they be a partial shop? Will they bring it in and do a set of headers?
I'm sure they would. Well,
Will they do a paint job?
I don't know that. I think it would be cost prohibitive for that. Paint job, 100%. I believe they would absolutely do a paint job because they have the boost, they have the paint.
Yeah.
It doesn't take them anything to shoot a car.
I was going to say, as much as they can get out and do, but do they have bodymen?
But I don't even.
Do they know how to work in Bondo? They're all working brand new metal.
Here's the other thing: if like you send in your old truck that has dents, they're probably just going to change the bed.
Right.
They'll just
And then
slap a
what
new bed
cost?
on it.
Right. What cost is this?
It would be a lot faster for them. It's more cost effective for them, probably for you to pay for a new bed versus all the body work, depending on how much body work. If you got rust, man, I'm just going to get a new panel.
Is General Motors going to sit there and accept somebody that wants to come in and dicker with them? I mean, no, this is what we deal with,
that.
you know.
I
can get it on Amazon a lot cheaper. You're trying to sell it to me there, Mr. GM. I'd like to maybe go buy that and send you them wires. Let me just get your address. I'll get them XL wires, bring them to you.
And this is
I can see it.
They're not stealing your business.
Right.
If the people want to do that, they're going to go to you, and they're going to go to Chevy.
No.
But
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. And I think it's genius on GM's part simply because you have people like me who are not going to buy a new truck. And if I had an old truck that I would like, I have a friend who has a C10, and he has it like factory, footprint and layout and all that. It looks like it, and he likes that look, where mine doesn't look factory whatsoever.
Nope.
And I think his would have been an ideal candidate. We have to get him on the show one day. It was his dad's. His dad bought it brand new.
This is one of him and his kid are doing. Is that right?
They already did it. Yeah, his mom got T-boned in it and pretty much almost ruined it. They almost had to scrap the whole truck.
Yeah.
He went and found a frame. And so he'd have been an ideal candidate for it. It's fixed now, but had it not been fixed and it existed, and they told him $20,000, we can give you your dad's truck back. Okay. Sold.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's an ideal customer that they would not have had otherwise.
Yeah, true that. True.
So, and they would have probably done it for a lot cheaper than you could have done it because you'd have to source frames and body panels and all.
Oh, absolutely.
They have it done fast.
Well, we've got overhead. We got markup. We've got all that. So they're in the garage. They're just having fun.
There's
That's when you
room in
do
the
it.
planet for everybody.
Absolutely.